my son?
It was you, all this time.
You did what was best for you! This isn't right. You know the kids belong with me.
Not anymore.
General Hospital latest update. Chaos hits as Drew and Willow accuse Jason of kidnapping Amelia, sparking a custody war. Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn discovers Gio is her son, and Dante's, after years of lies. Explosive confrontations, shattered families, and forbidden love turn Port Charles upside down in one jaw-dropping episode. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital Tuesday, May 27th recap. Drew and Willow report Jason for kidnapping Amelia. General Hospital recap for Tuesday, May 27th, reveals that Jason Morgan was reported for kidnapping Amelia Corinthos as Drew Kane and Willow Corinthos showed up frantic at the PCPD. Here's how things played out on Tuesday's exciting General Hospital episode. In the Metro Court patio area, Brooke Lynn Quartermain confronted Lois Cerullo, who admitted Giovanni Gio Palmieri was indeed Brooke Lynn's son. Lois also tried to explain why she thought she was doing the right thing. An upset Dante Falconeri appeared and wondered who exactly Lois tried to do the right thing for. Brooke Lynn confessed that she hid her pregnancy from Dante, but she swore she didn't know Gio was their son until tonight. Although Dante and Brooke Lynn had a lot to talk about, they knew they had to make Gio their priority right now. Lois wanted to come with Brooke Lynn and Dante, but Brooke Lynn flew into a rage over her mother lying to her for 22 years. There was zero excuse for it as far as Brooke Lynn was concerned, so she deemed it unforgivable. Brooke Lynn warned Lois to stay away from her along with Gio before stomping off. Dante glared at Lois for a moment before exiting as well. That left Lois to cry alone until a scowling Ned Quartermain appeared looking ready for some answers. At the Quartermain mansion, Gio wanted to go anywhere but there, so Emma Scorpio Drake said she'd come with him. Tracy Quartermain walked in and asked what was wrong, so Gio offered updates on overhearing that Dante and Brooke Lynn were his parents. After Tracy stopped Gio from leaving with Emma, she urged him not to push his family away. Tracy tried to connect with her great-grandson, but Gio couldn't get on the Q bandwagon when they were all a bunch of liars. Since Tracy texted Joe's location, Brooke Lynn and Dante showed up to block Joe's path before he could walk out with Emma. Outside Lulu Spencer's house, Cody Bell worried about the fallout of the Gio reveal, especially for Gio since his whole reality had changed. Lulu tried to stay hopeful that everything would work out in the end, but Cody didn't seem as optimistic. At Jocelyn Jack's and Trina Robinson's apartment, Trina assured Kai Taylor that they had the place to themselves. Both Trina and Kai were sure that they wanted this, so they headed to the bedroom for lovemaking after discussing their romance. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos told Wiley Corinthos that they were having a sleepover at Grandma Carly Spencer's house and that Amelia was already waiting there. After Michael walked out with Wiley, Jason warned Willow and Drew that it'd be a bad idea to follow them. Amelia's babysitter called with news on Jason taking her from Drew's place, so Willow flipped out and insisted Jason had no right to take her baby. Nina Reeves couldn't believe that Jason kidnapped Amelia, but Sonny Corinthos argued that Jason was acting on Michael's wishes. Although Nina pushed Sonny to talk Michael into compromising, Sonny insisted this is how it would be unless Willow got away from Drew. Sonny suggested maybe Nina could get Willow to see that Drew wasn't a good person instead. After Sonny noted that Willow tanked her marriage and was about to lose her kids, he hoped Drew was worth it. At Carly's house, Sasha Gilmore Corbin was there with Amelia when Michael entered with Wiley. Michael hugged Amelia and eventually tucked the kids in bed before returning to Sasha downstairs. Once Michael thanked Sasha for going with Jason to pick Amelia up, he also voiced his gratitude for the sonogram she sent. Michael assured Sasha that she didn't have to worry since he'd stick to his promise not to be part of the baby's life, unless she changed her mind. At the PCPD, Willow and Drew surprised Mac Scorpio when they arrived to report a kidnapping. Mac was ready to put out an Amber Alert, but Willow said they already knew where Amelia was. When Mac questioned how they knew that, Drew declared that Jason was the one who kidnapped Amelia. General Hospital spoilers say Willow and Michael's feud will get even worse in the coming episodes, so stick with the ABC soap. Today's next update: Brooke Lynn lashes out at Lois, while Tracy learns Geo is family. Plus, Michael takes Wiley and Amelia from Willow. Today on General Hospital, Cody and Lulu lament over their mistakes, Emma offers Geo her support, and Kai and Trina make love. Lois runs around the patio area of the Metro Court searching for Geo when Brooke Lynn finds her. She demands to know if Geo is her son. Lois cries and confirms he is. Brooke Lynn doubles over in tears, and Lois explains she and her grandmother tried to do the right thing. They decided to keep Joe close to make sure he went to a loving home. Lois begs her daughter to say something. Brooke Lynn says she can't breathe, and Lois rushes to her side to hold and comfort her. Lois finally tells her side of the story. They sit down, and Lois gets her daughter some water. Brooke Lynn demands to know everything. Lois explains that Camilla was desperate to have a baby, and when she and Gloria came to her with the idea of adopting Geo, she was thrilled. They all realized they could keep Joe close, watch over him, and Lois could tell her daughter without lying that her baby went to a loving home. Lois says it was the perfect solution, until Camilla got sick and died. They couldn't tell her and Geo the truth, as Joe's world had just fallen apart. Brooke Lynn listens in shock as Lois swears that she was trying to do the right thing. Dante walks out and asks, "For who?" "The right thing for who?" Brooke Lynn tells Dante how sorry she is. He asks, "So it's true?" She explains she got pregnant that summer. He asks why she didn't tell him. Did she think he'd be angry? She cries that she didn't know how to tell him. She was young, she was scared out of her mind, and she felt so lost and didn't know what to do. She couldn't terminate the pregnancy, so she gave the baby up and swore to never tell him. She's been dreading this look on his face for 20 years. She swears that until tonight she didn't know the child was Geo. Dante again asks why she didn't tell him. Brooke Lynn explains she had decided to give up the child. She was already suffering, and she thought it would be cruel to make him suffer. Dante notes they have a lot to talk about, but first, they need to find their son. Lois wants to come with them, but Brooke Lynn tells her, "Like hell, you will." Brooke Lynn lashes out that all these years she thought she was calling the shots, but she wasn't. She agreed to a closed adoption, but her mother changed the plan. She should have told her. What she did was unforgivable. There is zero excuse for it, and she lied to everyone. She lied to her own daughter for 22 years, to Geo for his entire life, to Dante, Olivia, Dad, Tracy. The list goes on. Lois wishes she could go back in time and do things differently, but Brooke Lynn says that means nothing. Brooke Lynn tells her mother to stay away from her and her son and storms off. Dante follows her, and Lois collapses into tears. Lois sits on the patio alone when Ned appears. He is visibly furious. Michael takes his children back. Outside the ballroom, Michael tells Wiley how much he missed him, and Wiley has grown a foot since he saw him. Wiley asks if they are going home to Uncle Drew's, but Michael says they are having a sleepover at Grandma Carly's. Wiley cheers. As Michael walks out with his son, Willow and Drew appear, and Wiley waves, "Bye Mommy," to Willow. Jason steps in and tells them that following Michael and Wiley would be a bad idea. Willow asks Jason where Michael is taking Wiley, when suddenly she gets a call from her sitter. She learns that Jason came and took Amelia out of her home, and Drew and Willow race off. Sunny, Joss, Nina and Carly show up. Joss walks off. Carly tells Nina that she'll see her in court and follows Joss out. Nina grabs Sunny and begs him to hear her out. Nina can't believe Jason kidnapped Amelia from her home, and she thought Michael's return would calm things down. She asks Sunny if he can't make Michael see that a compromise is what is best. Sunny tells her nobody wants a battle, but unless Willow gets away from Drew, this is the way it will be. He asks her to make Willow see that Drew is not a good person, he's ruined her life, tanked her marriage, and now she's going to lose her kids. He hopes Drew is worth it and walks off. Reunited. Michael returns to Carly's, where Sasha sits with Amelia on the sofa. Michael hugs both his children and has missed them so much. He puts Wiley to bed and tells his son how much he loves him and missed him. After Amelia, too, is put down, Michael goes back to Sasha and thinks back to her reasons for not wanting to raise her child as a Quartermaine or Corinthos. Michael thanks her for helping out tonight. He also thanks her for sending the sonograms, and not to worry that he's back, as he'll stay out of her and the baby's life, unless she changes her mind. Willow and Drew go to the PCPD to tell Mac that Jason Morgan kidnapped Amelia. Tracy learns the truth. Emma arrives at the Quartermaine mansion and finds Gio about to run away as he states, "I can't stay here." Emma tells him she's coming with him. Before they can leave, Tracy storms in ranting about Drew framing her and having her arrested. She then asks what they are doing here, why they aren't at the ball, and what's wrong. Gio flashes back to what happened earlier in the evening, and Tracy orders them to speak. Gio tells Tracy, given how she loves to remind him that he's not a Quartermaine, well, the joke is on her, as he is family. Tracy is confused, so Gio blurts out that Brooke Lynn is his mother, and Dante is his father. Surprise, it's a boy. Tracy realizes it was him all this time. "You are my great-grandson." Gio grabs Emma's hand to leave, but Tracy tells him not to take another step. They go into the living room, and Tracy asks what happened and why he believes this. Gio says he overheard Lois saying it, and he wants to leave before anyone else returns home. Tracy understands this is shocking and upsetting, but he doesn't get to say he's family and waltz out the door. He asks why not. She states that because he is family, her family. Tracy shows him a photo of Edward and Lila, tells him who they are, and that everything in this house is his, and everyone who lives here is related to him. He cries as she tells him not to push them away. Gio says this isn't her fault, but he had a family, including a mother he loved more than anything, whom he lost. Now he's found out it was all a lie, and the family he has is a bunch of liars. So, he's not ready to jump on the Q bandwagon as it's a big lie. Gio goes to leave, but that's when Brooke Lynn and Dante arrive. Cody and Lulu realize their mistakes too late. Lulu returns home, and Cody is waiting on the porch for her with beers. They drink up, and she asks how Dante is. Cody says he's mad, confused, and in shock. He confirmed to Dante that Brooke Lynn left camp that summer pregnant, and Gio is his son. He says her name didn't come up, but Lulu states she won't hide her involvement. Cody isn't sure they made the right call. Cody asks if Lulu told Gio the truth tonight. She didn't. Lulu believes Gio overheard her and Lois talking about him. Cody thinks confronting Lois at the ball wasn't a great idea. Cody admits he was so focused on Dante that he didn't think about Gio. He realizes his situation isn't the same as Joe's, as he never felt like he fit in with his family while growing up. Gio grew up with a family who adored him, and they just blew his family and memories to hell. Lulu flashes back to Carly warning her of the outcome of her meddling. They discuss how hurt Gio was on stage, and both their hearts ache for him, Brooke Lynn and Dante. Cody notes they were so blinded by the lie, they couldn't see why it was there to begin with. So many people's lives were ripped apart and will never be the same. Lulu believes that in time, they'll all be changed for the better, but Cody points out that Gio grew up thinking Camilla was his mother. Lulu says nobody can take that love or those memories from him. Cody just hopes Gio isn't out there all alone. Lulu admits, for all her faults, that Brooke Lynn is a loving person and will be a good mom. Gio thought he was an orphan, and now he has a whole family who will accept him, like the Scorpios accepted Cody. Cody says it won't do Gio good if he can't trust his family, and he doesn't know how someone comes back from a lie this big. Lulu says things look bleak now, but everyone will help Gio come to terms with his new reality. They agree to do what they can to help, but Cody suggests she lie low for a while. Cody decides to walk home as the air will do him good. Trina and Kai make love. Trina and Kai return to her place, and she says she liked having him in the audience tonight. He tells her how beautiful her voice is, then again, everything about her is beautiful. They kiss. They sit down, enjoy some champagne, and reminisce about the rocky start to their relationship and how far they've come. She begins unbuttoning his shirt, and he asks what if Joss comes home. She says Joss is spending the night at her mom's. He asks if she is sure she wants to do this, as they can wait. She is sure, so they head to her bedroom to make love. Afterward, they cuddle, and he asks what she's thinking about. She says art class, and he laughs. She says she didn't want him as a partner, but she's glad she had him, as he's the best thing to happen to her in a long time. He feels the same way. On the next General Hospital, Dante confronts Brooke Lynn, and asks if she ever would have told him if her hand wasn't forced. Gio asks someone, "What's your excuse?" Olivia lashes out at Lois, who says, "Until you are in the same position, you can't say that." Nina confides in Maxie and says this will change everything before the custody hearing. In Drew's car, he begs Willow not to do this. She says she has to try. Carly asks, "How did you know to come home?" Thanks for watching, General Hospital fans. If you're loving the drama in Port Charles, smash that like button, drop your theories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. More explosive updates are coming soon.